सभी बच्चों का इस लाइव लेक्चर में हार्दिक हार्दिक स्वागत है। नाउ टुडे वी शैल डिस्कस द टू कपल्स acting on a rigid body. See here, in the last lecture we have seen that the moment due to the couple means couple of forces, that is two forces which are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. यहाँ पे दो फोर्सेस के बारे में हमने डिस्कस किया है कल के लेक्चर में. नाउ वी शैल डिस्कस अबाउट टू कपल्स moment due to the two couples which are acting on a rigid body in a plane. This is our main concept, this is our main thing here. Now we shall discuss, that is in the last lecture we have seen that the moment due to the couple. Now we shall discuss the theorems regarding two couples acting in a one plane upon a rigid body. Two couples acting in a one plane upon a rigid body. Okay. Now see here, these are the concept we have studied, because you must know all the things. I continuously revising this basic concept, key points, because you must know all the things regarding the moment of couple. आपको ये हर बार मैं बार इसलिए रिवाइज करता हूँ कि ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट डेटा होता है. की पॉइंट्स बोले तो नोट, रिमार्क, डेफिनेशंस, दीज आर द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स फॉर द competitive examinations. Okay. Now this is the definition. Two equal unlike parallel forces are acting on a rigid body is said to form a couple. Okay. Now we shall discuss the theorem based on two couples. Write down statement of the theorem. Two couples acting in one plane upon a rigid body. What is the statement of the theorem? You must write that statements here. Two couples in one plane up, write down theorem. Two couples acting in one plane upon a rigid body. Two couples acting in a plane upon a rigid body whose magnitudes whose moment of inertia whose moments are equal and opposite, then prove that they balance, each other. They balance each other. See this? Two couples acting in a plane on a rigid body. Suppose this is a rigid body. If two couples are acting, two couples means there are four forces. In a couple, there are two forces. In two couples, there are four forces. If four forces are acting on a rigid body in a plane, ये plane में act होना चाहिए. The moment, whose moment see this, whose moments, double हो गया moments I think, whose moments are equal and opposite, whose moments are equal and opposite, then prove that they balance each other, means resultant goes to 0, they balance each other. Okay, this is our theorem. Now there are two cases. Write down proof. In that proof, case first, अगर दो कपल्स है यानी कि 4 फोर्सेस है, दे आर नॉट पैरेलल टू ईच अदर. सिंगल कपल में पैरेलल होता है. सपोज दिस इज अ वन फोर्स, वन कपल F1 F2, there is another force, this F1 minus F1, there is another force F2 minus F2. In this way they are not parallel to each other. Suppose this is one couple, this is another couple, this is F1 minus F1, this is F2 minus F2. If they act like this, all are parallel to each other. Direction may be different, but all 4 forces are parallel to each other. This is the second case. We have to consider the first case, when the forces, in the two couples are not parallel, So we shall discuss this. Suppose, consider the first force. Suppose this is F1 bar. We consider another force, that is minus F1 bar. This F1 bar is acting at a point A. This F2 bar is acting at a point, suppose C. Now F minus F1 bar. If we consider another force, see this, in this way, this is considered as a F2 bar, and suppose this force is considered as minus F2 bar. Okay, that means there are two couples. First couple is F1 bar minus F1 bar, and second couple is F2 bar minus F2 bar. In this way, this is the first couple, this is second couple, they are intersecting each other. If we consider this F1 bar and F2 bar acting at a point A, minus F1 bar minus F2 bar acting at a point C. Now draw the arms of couple. If we draw this perpendicular, and another vector, this is a perpendicular, M, consider as a P1, this is the arm of a couple, and this is AN, which is the second arm of the couple. We consider this is a P2. Draw this segment AC. Okay. AC and CA. This is the total construction of the two couples in which the forces are not parallel in the couples. Okay. Now we shall write this concept. Again I shall express this concept here. Suppose that F1 bar and minus F1 bar be the two forces acting at a point A and C of the first couple. Also F2 bar and minus F2 bar are two forces of a second couples which are again acting at a point A and C, which are as shown in figure. Draw AM perpendicular to the force minus F1 bar, which is the arm of a first couple. Draw AN perpendicular to minus F2 bar, which is the arm of a second couple, which is denoted by P2 bar. We can write this in this way. See here, ये जो डायग्राम का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, फर्स्ट यू कैन राइट हियर. सी दिस. लेट the two couples plus or minus F1 bar and plus or minus F2 bar are acting on a rigid body in a plane. ये जो फर्स्ट कपल और सेकंड कपल के फोर्सेस है प्लस और माइनस F1 बार प्लस और माइनस F2 बार acting on a rigid body in a plane. See this. These forces are not parallel, so they are intersecting in the points and form a parallelogram which is that A, B, C, D. Okay. Then they form a parallelogram A, B, C, D due to the intersection of these forces. Okay. Now draw AM perpendicular to F minus F1 bar. Draw AM perpendicular to minus F1 bar and AN perpendicular to minus F2 bar, which are the arms of the couple. Therefore, AM is equals to P1 and AN is equals to P2. These are the, P1 is the arm of a first couple, P2 is the arm of a second couple. See this. Therefore, moment due to the couple, तुम्हाला माहित आहे moment due to the couple. Therefore, the sum of moments due to the couple, therefore the sum of moments due to the couple couple which are acting at a point A, which are about a point A, which are about a point A, is given by, suppose ME is equals to, see this, minus F1 into P1 plus F2 into P2. Okay, suppose this is equation number 1. Now see this, according to the hypothesis, what we have given according to the hypothesis, this is the moment of a couple moments of a couple are equal. See this, what we have given, see this, moments are equal and opposite. Moments of couple are equal and opposite. So its resultant is 0. Therefore, minus F1 into P1 plus F2 into P2, which is equals to 0. Suppose this is equation 2nd. That is the sum of, therefore, the sum of moments due to the couples vanishes. Now we have to show that they are balanced to each other. अभी हमें क्या बताना है? We shall show that they are balanced to each other. या ठिकाणी ते एकमेकांशी कसे होतात दाखवायचे, बॅलन्स टू ईच अदर. वी हॅव टू प्रूव्ह दिस. हा, मायनस F1 P1, इथं मायनसची गरज नाही आहे, प्लस घ्या. ओके, सी दिस, एकतर दोन्ही मायनस घ्या किंवा दोन्ही प्लस घ्या. दे आर बॅलन्स टू. नाउ वी हॅव टू शो दॅट दे आर बॅलन्स टू ईच अदर. Vanishes. Now we have to show that they are balanced to each other. Now see here, what we have given, the forces, the resultant of, see this diagram, the resultant of F1 bar and F2 bar, by using the law of a parallelogram, the resultant of F1 bar and F2 bar, जो भी स्टूडेंट्स ऑनलाइन है वो मुझे बता सकते हैं. According to the parallelogram law, you tell me the resultant of F1 bar and resultant of F2 bar. That means resultant of F1 bar and F2 bar is along which direction, which represents which vector. See this. हाँ, जो भी स्टूडेंट्स है ऑनलाइन वो बताइए. Write down here. Here, the resultant of F1 bar and F2 bar acting at A is along the diagonal of the parallelogram AC, along the diagonal of parallelogram AC bar. Okay, along the diagonal of a parallelogram AC bar. See this, we have given this condition. यहाँ पे जो diagonal है AC bar के आधार पे देखो F1 bar is and F2 bar is along the diagonal of a parallelogram AC. Now we can take the resultant of minus F1 bar and F2 bar here. We shall take the resultant of F1 minus F1 bar and F2 bar minus F1 bar and minus F2 bar is along CA of a parallelogram ABCD. See this? Diagonal of the parallelogram AC bar, diagonal of the parallelogram AC ABCD, AC bar. Okay. Similarly, the resultant of a forces minus F1 bar and minus F2 bar at the point C along the diagonal of a parallelogram ABCD is CA bar. देखो अभी F1 बार एंड F2 बार का जो रिजल्टेंट है एट पॉइंट ए वो along AC बार एंड माइनस F1 बार एंड F2 बार का जो रिजल्टेंट है वो CA बार. AC and CA are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Therefore, they balance each other, but the vectors AC bar and CA bar are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So, they balance each other. They balance each other and hence proved. बहुत सिंपल थ्योरम है, खाली theoretical part है. When this is a case first, when the forces in the two couple are not parallel. Not parallel means intersecting. Suppose F1 bar minus F1 bar, this is one couple acting at a point A and C. Similarly, another couple F2 bar minus F2 bar which are acting at a point A and C. Okay, these are the two couples. Due to the intersection of these four forces, we get a parallelogram because internally F1 bar is parallel to minus F1 bar, F2 bar is parallel to minus F2 bar, so they form a parallelogram. त्यामुळे ते पॅरलोग्राम येतील. दोन कपल मधले फोर्स हे एकमेकांना इंटरसेक्ट करतील, पण एका कपल मध्ये कपल म्हटलं की ते पॅरलल असतात, सिंगल कपल म्हणून दोन एकत्र आल्यामुळे इंटरसेक्टिंग झाले. ड्रॉ AM परपेंडिक्युलर टू मायनस F1 बार, दिस इज अ आर्म ऑफ फर्स्ट कपल. AN परपेंडिक्युलर टू द मायनस F2 बार विच इज आर्म ऑफ सेकंड कपल. देन वी नो दैट अगर आपके पास आर्म की वैल्यू है तो मोमेंट ड्यू टू द कपल, आपका एक थ्योरम हुआ है सीधी, मोमेंट ड्यू टू द कपल ओके यहाँ पे नहीं है. Moment due to the couple is, yesterday we have proved that theorem, product of magnitude of force and perpendicular distance म्हणजे arm of couple F into P we have proved. So moment due to the first couple is P1 into F. Moment due to the second couple is P2 into F. Therefore, the sum of moments due to the couple is given by, suppose this is a M. M1 की जरूरत नहीं है. You can write this as a M only. M लिहा. M1 म्हणायची गरज नाही. सेपरेट लिहिलं असतं तर M1 M2 केलं असतं. डायरेक्ट M सम असल्यामुळे डायरेक्ट करा. Therefore, sum of a moment due to the couple acting at a point A, that is M is equals to acting about a point A. ठीक है, ओके. M is equals to about a point A and C. Okay, is F1 P1 plus F2 P2. F1 P1 means magnitude of force into its arm, plus F2 means magnitude of second force into its arm. This is the resultant moment. But according to the given statement of a theorem, what is that? Moment due to the couple are equal and opposite, that is resultant is 0. Therefore, this gives the result 0. आता we have to show that in second part, that is a balance each other. मग पहिला जो F1 आणि F2 आहे, see this, F1 and F2 आहे ते A पॉइंट मधनं पास होतात. पॅरलोग्रामच्या दोन ॲडजेसंट साइड आहेत, म्हणून अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ ऑफ अ पॅरलोग्राम सम ऑफ F1 बार प्लस F2 बार इज अलॉन्ग AC बार. सिमिलरली अगर आप डायरेक्शन देख सकते हो, माइनस F1 बार माइनस F2 बार आर एट अ पॉइंट C. Therefore, sum of minus F1 bar and minus F2 bar is passes through, resultant passes through the point C in the direction of A, means CA. म्हणजे F1 आणि F2 चा रिझल्टंट AC असतो, मायनस F1 आणि F2 चा रिझल्टंट CA असतो. AC and CA are equal vectors but directions are opposite. अगर इक्वल वेक्टर होते, डायरेक्शन अपोजिट होते, then that are the resultant zeros, means AC plus CA is equals to 0. That means balance each other. AC plus CA ची व्हॅल्यू 0 असते, लक्षात ठेवा. that means balance to each other and hence proved. Now we shall consider the second case. अभी हमें second case consider करना है. What is that? The forces in the couples are parallel. Okay, now if we consider this way, this is the suppose first force, we can write as a F1 bar then the another force we consider form a couple minus F1 bar ये देखो F1 bar F2 bar, they are parallel, they form a couple. Now we consider the another force, this is a F2 bar and its parallel force is minus F2 bar. Okay, now suppose that resultant of F1 bar and F2 bar is here, they are parallel to each other. मेन कंडिशन आपण काय घेतली, ते सर्व फोर्सेस, चारही फोर्सेस कसे आहेत, पॅरलल आहेत, डायरेक्शन अपोजिट आहे. कपल म्हटलं की डायरेक्शन अपोजिट असते. F1 मायनस F1 डायरेक्शन अपोजिट, F2 मायनस F2 डायरेक्शन अपोजिट, परंतु ते एकमेकांना, सर्वच एकमेकांना पॅरलल आहेत, इंटरसेक्टिंग नाहीत. सपोज दिस रिझल्टंट, इफ वी कन्सिडर दिस R1, suppose this is R bar, this is the resultant acting at a point C which is given by F1 bar plus F2 bar, and this is also minus R bar. This R bar is again resultant of minus F1 bar minus F2 bar. ये minus F2 है, देखो. I shall write this again here. Minus F2 bar. Okay. तो यहाँ पे all the forces are parallel to each other. F1 is opposite to minus F1. F2 is opposite to minus F2. F1 plus F2 का रिजल्टेंट R बार है F1 plus F2, और माइनस F1 माइनस F2 का रिजल्टेंट अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन में, दैट इज R बार इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस F1 plus minus F2. Okay, now we shall write the theory and resultant. They are also, we have to show that balance each other. Let F1 bar and F2 bar, let plus or minus F1 bar and F2 bar plus or minus F2 bar be the two couples acting on a rigid body in a plane. ये important condition है, plane में ही act होना है. The forces in the couples are parallel to each other. ये देखो, parallel to each other, this is a main condition. Now see this, F1 and F2 are like parallel. Again, अभी देखो diagram देखो, F1 and F2 are like parallel. Like parallel का मतलब उसके डायरेक्शन सेम है. Here F1 bar and F2 bar are two forces which are like parallel, acting at points A and B. ये देखो, F1 and F2, F1 is acting at a point A, F2 is acting at a point B. The resultant is act at a point, suppose C. F1 is again D, E. Okay, put these names. F1 is at a point A, F2 is at a point B, then resultant is at a point C. Similarly D and E. Okay, acting at a point A and B of the rigid body, and R bar be its resultant, which is at point C. तो आपको एक लाइक पैरेलल फोर्सेस का थ्योरम मालूम है, लाइक पैरेलल फोर्सेस का थ्योरम मालूम है. डायग्राम के आधार पे आपको लिखना है. लाइक पैरेलल फोर्सेस का थ्योरम क्या होता है, यहाँ पे बताइए. जो भी स्टूडेंट्स ऑनलाइन है वो बताइए मुझे, व्हाट इज द रिजल्टेंट ऑफ लाइक पैरेलल फोर्सेस. सपोज दिस इज अ P bar, suppose this is a Q bar, this is a CA, this is a CB. Then what is the resultant? The ratio, inverse ratio, the magnitude of forces are in the inverse ratio from the distance of their resultant. That is a CA upon CB, which is equals to F2 upon F1. Therefore, by the like parallel forces theorem, हां चला रे लिहा काय येतो CA/CB which is equals to F2/F1 बरोबर आहे का. Therefore F1 into CA which is equals to F2 into CB. Suppose this is a equation number. Is there any equation? Okay, this is a third. We shall consider equation number 3. Now similarly we can consider the application of the forces. Okay, yeah, suppose the two forces minus F1 bar and minus F2 bar which are acting at the points D and E respectively. Okay, D and E respectively. Draw the perpendicular, the arms. See this, the arms of the couples are AD. ये देखो F1 downward direction minus F1 upward direction, then the arm between the couple. पहिला जो कपल आहे F1 आणि मायनस F1 चा, त्या F1 आणि मायनस F1 चा आर्म मधले त्यातली लेंथ कोणती आहे ते पहा AD. त्यातली लेंथ कोणती आहे AD. सो आर्म इज AD and second F2 and minus F2, इसमें जो आर्म हुई है वो सेकंड आर्म इज BE. सो वी कैन राइट द आर्म्स ऑफ कपल्स आर AD and BE. According to the given theorem, by the given statement, the moments are equal and opposite. So we can write the F1 into AD. AD आणि arm of couple. F1 means magnitude of force. Magnitude of force into arm of couple, which is equals to the F2 into BE. F2 into BE. BE means arm of second couple. हे equal in magnitude and opposite in direction according to the given theorem. Suppose if we consider this is equation number 4. Here AD and BE are the arms of couple, means length of perpendicular between two forces. मग moment of force कसं calculate केलं इथं? Moment due to the couple is magnitude of force into arm. arm म्हणजे AD. त्याला आपण P1 P2 सुद्धा मानलं असतं, पण अगोदरच्या केसमध्ये P1 P2 घेतल्यामुळे इथं गरज नाही. मग P3 P4 घ्यावं लागलं असतं, नो प्रॉब्लेम. पण डायरेक्ट AD आणि BE घेऊ. ओके, सबट्रॅक्टिंग 3 from 2, subtracting 3 from 4, 3 from 4. हे 3 मधून 4 सबट्रॅक्ट सबट्रॅक्टिंग 3 from 4. 4 मधून 3 सबट्रॅक्ट करा. 4 कोणता आहे पहा, F1 into AD मायनस 3 कोणता आहे पहा, F1 into CA, which is equals to F2 into BE minus 3 कोणता है F2 into CB. take out a common F1. F1 is the common term AD minus CA, which is equals to F2 is a common term BE minus CB. Okay, therefore F1 into, अभी देखो AD माइनस CA, डायग्राम देखो, AD सेगमेंट दिस, डायग्राम बघा सेगमेंटची, AD देखो, AD यानी कि यहां से यहां तक आता है, AD माइनस CA, इसमें से अगर आप CA सब्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं तो कौन सी टर्म रहते हैं, CD, और इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ DC, काही म्हणा त्याला चालतो, CD. Okay, so we can write as a CD, which is equals to F2 into, अभी देखो BE माइनस CB, फिर से BE माइनस CB, देखो B कहाँ पे है, ये टोटल लेंथ, BE यानी कि दिस लेंथ, ये BE माइनस CB, इसमें से ये कट कर देते हैं CB, BA माइनस CB यानी कि C रहता है, ये रहता है, ये देखो C होता है, C. ओके, यानी कि यहां पे हम क्या लिख सकते हैं, CE. Now this can be written as a CD upon CE, therefore CD upon CE, which is equals to F2 upon F1. That can be written as a CD upon CE equals to minus F2 upon minus F1. अभी ये देखो, ये क्या हो गया, अभी पैरेलल फोर्सेस का अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन का थ्योरम हो गया. देखो, पैरेलल फोर्सेस का अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन का थ्योरम हो गया. कौन सा है, CD upon CE, which is equals to F2 upon minus F2 upon minus F1. This is also the converse of the parallel forces theorem. So we can write it as series. म्हणजेच हे काय मिळालं पहा, this shows that, this proves that the resultant of minus F2 bar and minus F1 bar is passes through the point C and opposite to R bar, which is minus R bar. Okay, and this proves, this shows that, this proves that the resultant balance each other and hence proved. इथं पहा, मायनस कशाला, काही जरी शंका आली तर तुम्ही विचारा रे, तुम्हाला जर कुठलाही जर शंका आली, कुठलीही जर कंडिशन नाही लक्षात आली, हा प्रियंका जाधव, सय्यद तबस्सुम, व्हेरी गुड, तर मला काही शंका आली तर इथं मायनस कशासाठी घेतलं, CD अपॉन CA हे घेतला, हे सबट्रॅक्शन केल्यानंतर हा रिझल्ट असतो. याला आपल्याला पॅरलल फोर्सेसचा, लाईक पॅरलल फोर्सेसच्या थेरमच्या कंडिशनमध्ये कन्वर्ट करायचं होतं, म्हणून त्याला CD अपॉन CE इज इक्वल्स टू F2 अपॉन F1. परंतु ॲक्च्युअली आपल्याला फोर्सेस -F2 आणि -F1चा रिझल्टंट काढायचा आहे, म्हणून त्याला मायनसनं डिवाइड मल्टिप्लाय केलं मायनसनं, म्हणजे CD अपॉन C इज इक्वल्स टू -F2 अपॉन -F1. दिस शोज दॅट the resultant of -F1 and -F2 is passes through the point C, which is in the opposite direction of R bar, which is denoted by -R bar. Thus the resultant plus R bar and -R bar balance each other and hence proved. अशा पद्धतीनं हा थेरम इथं काय होतो, प्रूफ होतो. हा महत्त्वाचा थेरम आहे. विचारलं तर 15 मार्काला, दोन्ही मिळून 15 मार्काला विचारू शकतात. तर तुम्हाला चांगल्या पद्धतीने इथं तयारी करायची आहे. ओके, तर काही अडचण आली तर तुम्ही या चॅट बॉक्समध्ये लिहित चला, टाकत चला, म्हणजे त्यावरनं मला तुम्हाला रिप्लाय देता येतो. ओके, तर थँक्यू, नमस्कार, गुड बाय.